Phuket is the largest island of Thailand, situated on the southwestern portion of the Andaman coast. The length from north to south is 48.7 kilometers and the width from east to west is 21.3 kilometers. Phuket covers 39 colonial islands. It is 862 kilometers from Bangkok and it can be reached either by plane or by motor car. Chino Pokus is an old-style building which displays the classical charm and beauty of Phuket. Historically, Phuket was the major city of communication between the nation and other civilized countries. As a result, it has been influenced by various types of cultures such as the Chinese architectural influence, colonial architectural influence, and the Euro-Indian architectural influence. This fascinating existence has formed a single identity that has increasingly made Phuket more of a well-known city for tourism. These ancient buildings were built in the reign of King Rama V during the period when the mining business was prosperous and there was a trade relationship with Penang, Singapore, Malaysia. The architectural structures, therefore, are mixed between the Chinese style and the European style that brings about a particular characteristic called the Chino-Portuguese style. These old Phuket buildings have been dated for 30 to 125 years. In fact, the old buildings that remain retain their original style and atmosphere and are located on Tanon Yawarat, Tanon Klang and Tanon Di Bok. In the old days, Phuket was known by the navigators as Koh Chang Silon and was recorded in the Book of Geography and a navigational map created by Claudius Ptolemy approximately 157 AD, stating that Phuket was abundant with tin and marine food. Today, Phuket is an island paradise for tourists and sea lovers. The beaches and the Andaman seabed are so beautiful that people all over the world dream of them. The beauty of the sea sometimes changes colors to emerald and dark blue along the soft white sand. Since the west coast of Phuket has long-lined mountain ranges from north to south, this creates natural and indented capes and bays which extend down to the Andaman seabed. This area has always been famous for its beaches and natural beauty. Patong Beach seems to be a magical and appealing beach that attracts visitors to return over and over again. Those who have never been to the beach hear of its charm and magical power will wish to visit and see the challenging beauty. As the words say, that anyone visiting Phuket who misses seeing Patong Beach is said to never return to Phuket. Patong Beach, situated between Ao Kamala and Ao Kalon, is 15 kilometers away from Phuket and can be reached by using Highway 4020 leading to Highway 4029. It is a very twisting bay which is 3 kilometers long with a charming beach. There is a sheltered harbour that protects the beach, and during the monsoon season it helps protect the coral. At Patong Beach there are many seaside accommodations and complete marine facilities for water sports, including a boat hiring service. Patong Beach is one of those many beaches that have permission from the Phuket Authority to entertain tourists. Indeed, its atmosphere is very similar to that of Pattaya, where local goods and industrial products, entertainment centres, beer bars offer excellent food and drinks from various countries. Soi Bang La, called Pat Pong Tu, welcomes all who are fond of nightlife. Kalon Beach. Here one will touch the soft, clean white sand and see sugar palms swaying in the breeze. Kalon Beach is long with small and large hills, and along the clean white sand beach stand the large-sized pines and sugar palms. Visitors will touch and remember the natural and tranquil seabed, the light blue sea, the delicate white sand, gentle waves and the bright sunlight at Kalon Beach. Qatar Beach. The partly visible Moon Beach with clear water and pure white sand is 17 kilometers away from Phuket by turning right from Ha Yek Chalong along Highway 4028. On each side leading towards Qatar Beach, there are rubber plantations emerging high into the bright sky. Coconut palms lean softly with the breeze and line the foothills of the land. Qatar Beach is divided into two parts, Qatar Yai and Qatar Noi, both of which are excellent for swimming because of the white sand and clear water. Lam Prom Thep exists in many people's imagination when talking about Phuket. Lam Prom Thep is dubbed Lam Jao by the people of Phuket. It is considered the farthest point south of Phuket Island. There are motorways available which are conveniently leading to it. The top section is flat, rocky cliffs by the sea. From here one can have a fantastic and distinctive view of the sea and the islands. On the right appear Kok Kao Pitsaran and Nai Han Beach. Lam Prom Thep is the only spot that one can see and appreciate the most beautiful sunset in Phuket. On a clear and bright day, the sun will be seen as a huge red ball that gradually sinks into the seawater. Glittering with gold, it is totally different from those gloomy sugar palms standing against the wind coming from the Andaman Sea. Every evening, the people of Phuket and the tourists go to Lam Prom Thep in order to see and recall its beauty. Nai Han Beach. It is next to Lam Prom Thep on the west side. It is 18 kilometers from Phuket and there are many ways to reach it. Nai Han Beach is a small beach, but it is filled with soft white sand. During the monsoon season there are strong waves. In the back of the beach appears a large swamp. The people around this area call it Nong Han, that is separated by Nai Han Beach and the sea. It is said that the beauty here is a combination of sea and swamp. Chalong Bay is located between Lam Panwa and Lam Prom Thep, a kilometer from Ha Yek Chalong. Chalong Bay beaches are not suitable for swimming since the beaches are made up of pebbles and mud. Chalong Bay, however, is good for fishing or hiring a boat to make a tour of the islands. Consequently, Chalong Bay has a boat hiring service for fishing. Its charm and beauty seems to come from its beaches and coconut palms that are worth viewing along the way. Lampanwa. The beauty of coral reefs are viewed here, as well as many varieties of fish. It is about 10 kilometers from Phuket on Highway 4023. In addition, it can be reached by travelling on a minibus or getting on the bus at the fountain near the city market. The fare is about 10 to 15 baht each way. It takes about 20 minutes to get there. In Lampanwa is the house of the Marine Biological Center, where many species of marine life are displayed in aquariums. The opening hours are from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and the admission is 10 baht. Koh Si Le. One can learn and appreciate the way of life of the fishermen here. At present, it is said that there are fishermen on Koh Si Le or Lem Tuke, Ban Sapam and Hat La Wai only. The fishermen here have their own distinctive living, tradition, culture and language. Their appearance resembles the Malayans with dark complexion, black eyes, curly hair and thick eyebrows. They build their houses in convenient places. The houses are like huts rising from the ground floor. The main occupation is fishing, or they can be hired for mine and seashell diving due to their superior diving skills. These fishermen believe in gods and the spirits of their ancestors, but slowly they have been starting to convert to Buddhism. The fishermen call themselves the Thai Mai group. Kamala. One can find some beautiful coral displays here also. The beach with fine white sand lies about 2 kilometers in Ampere Muang Katu, 6 kilometers from Phuket and about 1 kilometer away from Lam Sing. The attractions that appeal to the tourists are the coral and the romantic sunsets in the evenings. La Yant Beach. The main attractions here are the beautiful coconut palms and the rows of sea pines. La Yant Beach is close to Bang Tao Beach, which has white sand. Behind the beach is a small klong, or canal, where the fishing boats can pass or stop. At the canal mouth is a small island called Kok Kata, filled with mango trees. During low tide, it appears to become a beach you can cross. Nayang National Park, where you can peek at the turtles laying their eggs, then go diving to look at the coral. This national park has about a 3-kilometer long beach. The sand here is fantastically delicate and sea pines are found in 2 different places, in the area of Sai Gao Beach and Nayang Beach. At Nayang Beach there are vast coral deposits that contrast with the beach. Many species of marine fish are found living here, and there are sea turtles coming in from the sea to lay their eggs from November to February. Cafe is another type of nightlife for Thai people. Cafe is an entertainment place at night which serves all kinds of various food and drinks with beautiful international songs and flavor from local singers. Truly, Phuket could be called any of the following names: Pearl of the Andaman, the island of beautiful sea and cultural art, all the Chino-Portuguese buildings with classical beauty, the island of blue sea, soft white sand and soft bubbly waves. Or the city of tin ore and overseas Chinese culture. Every hour on the hour in the harbour there are boats and ships leading you to the heavenly islands in the middle of the Andaman Sea. You will be on board for 2 hours, and where you can relax and feel the bright sunlight and see the blue colour of the sea and the bubble-breaking waves before reaching Phi Phi Island. Phi Phi Island is 38 kilometers from Phuket. Geographically located in the southeast, it is an island with steep cliffs created from the erosion of rock from the tide. The island is lined with coral. Phi Phi Island consists of 4 islands: Phi Phi Don, Phi Phi Lay, Koh Bai, and Koh Yung. It is also the habitat of a large number of swallows. Formerly, it was a place of refuge during monsoons. However, nowadays fishermen use it as their residence. Most of them live on Koh Phi Phi Don. Viewpoint is the highest peak on Koh Phi Phi Don, known for its scenic view of Phi Phi Island and the other islands with a bird's eye view. Most tourists are charmed and very impressed by the sight of Ao Lok Dalam and Ao Ton Sai, which become quarter moons connecting each other. In the evening, many tourists walk up to look at the beauty and watch the sunset fade into the horizon. Koh Phi Phi Don back down to the south lays Koh Phi Phi Lay, the second largest island. They are very close to each other. Around Koh Phi Phi Lay there are perfect coral specimens where various species of marine life thrive. Viking Cave, famous for being a habitat of swallows and the resting place of ancient ships. Viking Cave is situated on Koh Phi Phi Lay. It is an enormous cave with an incredible number of swallows. Every day there are demonstrations of collecting birds' nests for those who are interested. In addition to being a habitat of numerous swallows, on the cave walls there are pictures of ancient ships. This location has been used in filmmaking. Talei Hong, or called Phi Lay by the natives. Talei Hong is a small bay in Koh Phi Phi Lay, and it can be used only when there is a high tide. When there is a low tide, the entrance becomes so shallow that the ships and boats are unable to get into Talei Hong, which is 20 meters in depth. The area of the mouth has perfect corals where tourists can swim and dive and see numerous kinds of marine life living in and around the coral rocks. Al Maya, is a haven for fish and coral. Al Maya is a small bay west of Koh Phi Phi Leh. It is one of the places suitable for divers to see unusual types of fish and coral. When the tide is low, the bay will become white sand that slopes down to the sea, the coral walls blocking the mouth of the bay. Koh Pai is one of the most beautiful islands in this area. Koh Pai is one of the 4 islands of the Phi Phi Island chain near Koh Yung and on the north side of Koh Phi Phi Don. There are coral deposits around it. It is the center of different types of marine life and consequently it is excellent for diving and seeing beautiful and colorful fish. In addition, the beach around Koh Pai has soft white sand and that is pleasant and beautiful to look at. Night market at Koh Phi Phi Don. When the sun disappears from the sky, the colors and lights from the night market as one massive ball represent the sun. Koh Phi Phi Don is the center of residential places and shops. There is a variety of goods, food and souvenirs available for tourists' preference in order to remind them that they were on the Heavenly Islands in the middle of the Andaman Sea or the Phi Phi Islands. Krabi. Krabi is located at the edge of Ao Phangar on the east. It is opposite Phuket and is 814 kilometers from Bangkok. It can be reached either by motor car or by plane. Krabi is a city with numerous kinds of land and marine wildlife. The Krabi River, located in front of Muang Krabi, is another place with beautiful scenic views. In the middle of the Krabi River is Koh Mao that stands proudly as a symbol of Muang Krabi. Noparatara Beach is where the Marine National Park is located. Noparatara Beach is a beach filled with smooth sand. Its length is about 3 kilometers, situated in Al Banang. Along the shoreline of the beach grow sea pines, where one can rest under the shade of pine trees that produce romantic sounds when caressed by the wind. It seems to bring about an atmosphere of peace and quiet for those who appreciate the sea. When the tide is low, Noparatara Beach becomes a vast beach of hundreds of kilometers of sand that slopes gently down to the seabed. The islands appear as if you could walk across the sea. Koh Dam Kwan and Koh Dam Hok is a real heaven for tourists who admire the white sandy beach, beautiful sea and clear sunlight. Koh Dam Kwan and Koh Dam Hok are called Koh Poda and Koh Kai by the local people, are 8 kilometers from Ot Banang. It takes approximately 20 minutes to reach it by boat. It is nature that creates the beauty and splendor for tourists. When the low tide comes in, the delicate white sand beach will merge in the middle of the sea, linking Koh Kai and Koh Tap, which is a tiny island between Koh Kai and Koh Poda, to form a single piece of land which can be crossed. Around the beach are natural coral, which are a source of food for various types of marine life. On Koh Kai, at the front side of the island, is a stone bar with the figure of a hen standing and staring towards the Andaman Sea. Koh Tao is created by the hand of nature. Its figure is like a sea turtle adjoining Koh Kai. Panang Cave is a large cave on Panang Beach under a huge cliff. It stands majestically against the power of the wind and the sun. The prevalent point of Panang Cave is a trail of sand that goes into the cave, which is filled with stalagmites. The high cliff, designed by nature, stands as if it was a unique piece of sculpture that challenges your imagination. 75 million years Susanhoi, or Seashell Cemetery, situated in the boundary of Ban Lempo, is 19 kilometers off Krabi along Highway 4204. During the past 75 million years, Susanhoi was a place where fossilized freshwater snails died and gathered to become a rock. Scientific research has proved that this method took 75 million years to complete and has become one of the 3 cemeteries of its kind existing in the world. Khao Tapu is at the edge of Panga Bay in Ampur Takuatung in Panga province. Its figure forms a stone bar stuck deep into the water, like a nail hammered repeatedly into the water. This is a creation of nature that has produced a type of exotic architecture that challenges the mind. Khao Pinggan adjoins Khao Tapu and is situated in the same area. Khao Pinggan is comprised of 2 huge stone bars leaning against each other. Both sides of the stone figure are smooth. It looks as if it were cut into 2 bars by a giant saw leaning against each other. It is considered an architectural wonder of nature. Khao Tapu and Khao Pinggan were used as the location for shooting the James Bond movie The Man with the Golden Gun. This enabled the world to see the beauty of these islands. Tamlot, situated in the same area as Khao Tapu and Khao Pinggan, Tamlot is formed by an entire mountain hollowed out so that the water can pass through it. Boats can pass through it, and inside the cave are beautiful, attractive stalagmites. Wan Yi Islands. It is the place where visitors can enjoy their seafood lunch. In years past, it was the place where fishermen had their villages. However, it has now become a special place where tourists will enjoy seafood and purchase souvenirs. Banga Port is a spot where tourists can look at ships or take a boat trip to Banga Bay to see some attractive islands including Khao Ping-kan, Khao Tapu, Tam Lord and Panyi Islands, and appreciate the beauty and splendor created by the hand of nature for all people to admire.